Hi, welcome to Soph's Fitness Lab. This is going to be a strength session focusing on your arms and your back. And for this session, you're going to need two things. You're going to need a kind of chair or table at roughly this height, and you're going to need a resistance band and something to attach the resistance band to, maybe a door handle, something maybe around waist height. Okay, so that's what you need for this session. And very important, some water. Okay, so this is like a blueprint session of what I find to be a good session involving some good exercises. The specific number of the exercises, how many times we do it, you might need to vary for yourself, either doing more or less. And you can kind of choose whether you stay in a moderate level, kind of staying in your comfort zone, or you might want to do it so that you're pushing a bit further, and then if so, then you want to do each exercise till it's starting to burn a bit, or till it feels a bit wobbly, till it feels like you couldn't really do any more. So you're kind of taking your muscles to the point of exhaustion. This really challenges them and is what kind of stimulates them to rebuild. So then you'll have muscle ache the next day. Then it's really important to rest. Okay, so don't train straight away and train every day and overtrain. You need to wait about 3 days after the muscle ache has gone till you do the next set on this muscle group, because it's in that resting time when the muscles are doing the really important work of rebuilding themselves to become different, bigger, better connected with your nerves and all the rest of it. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to do a bit of a warm-up first, because it's always important to do a warm-up. I'll take you through it. Let's get rid of this ball. Okay, so we're going to start just jogging on the spot. You can jump, you can bounce. Okay, we're going to do this for about a minute. The idea of the warm-up is always that you're getting your heart rate going, and you're kind of loosening some of the muscles that we'll be using. So in this warm-up, we will focus on our arms a bit. You can shake them about like this. So jog, bounce, just whatever you want that you're moving around. And this is a good time to focus on breathing fully. Okay, 5 seconds less of that. Good, and now we're going to switch to doing star jumps. And we're also going to do this for a minute. You can do it at whatever pace is comfortable for you. We're not trying to go crazy and exhaust ourselves, we're just warming up. Good, keep going. Got another 30 seconds of this. Again, really focus on breathing fully. Okay, 10 seconds left. Two, one, and stop. Just shake out a bit. Okay, I'm going to focus on the arms a bit. Let's just lift the shoulders up and drop them down. Up to your ears and drop them down. And again, drop them down. Then we're going to do a big yes. Warm up your neck a bit. And a big no. Big movement of the neck. Okay, and then we're going to do a speed ball, it's called at the moment. I'm kind of like punching away from me in a circle. Try and keep your shoulders down, that they're not tensing up towards your ears. And change direction, go in towards you. Good. 10 more seconds. Okay, and then let's do some arm circling. Start off, do really big circles going forwards. Move those shoulders. Your shoulder is the most flexible joint in your body, by which I mean it's got the most degrees of rotation of all the joints. But we usually have them kind of stuck in the laptop position. So move them as much as they can. Okay, and now make that circle gradually smaller and smaller and smaller and quicker and quicker and quicker. We're still going forwards. Keep going. Okay, and take it backwards and forwards. It's not a big movement, it's a small movement. Pumping. Keep going. Okay, now up and down. Breathe. Okay, and now right up to the top. You can't see me out of the picture. I'm just crossing them over with each other. Okay, and then shake them out. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing going backwards. So first, big circles. You can stay standing up. I'm just kneeling down so that I stay in the picture. And again, try and, as if you want to explore the full range of movement in your shoulders. And then bring it smaller, smaller, quicker, quicker. If your shoulders are starting to ache, good. And then again, forwards and backwards. This is an arms warm-up that I learned through breakdancing, so it's definitely a good one for warming up your shoulders. Okay, up and down. And up at the top. And drop them down. Okay, shake them out, and then I just want you to gently swing side to side, that you let your arms kind of flop onto your body. Just loose. Feel a gentle twist in your back, also warming up the back. Okay, that feels good for a warm-up. Take a sip of water. Okay, so let's start. We're going to start with the resistance band. You can use one like this, or I have one that's a quite high resistance that has little handles on it, so I'm going to use that. And I'm just attaching it to the handle of my window. Fitness is all about being creative with the objects in your surroundings. Okay, so we're going to use this to push. Okay, so you get yourself into a nice position. I like to lunge a little bit forwards. You can also do it like this. Okay, and I'm going to do it with my hands turned inwards, not flat, in. Okay, and you're pushing and coming back. Okay, and you can do it rather slowly, especially with the pullback. A lot of strength training, it's really good to actually do it slowly. Then the time under tension for your muscles is greater. I think this is number 7. 8, 9, I'm going to go to 15 because this is relatively easy for me. 14, 15. Okay, let it rest. With strength training, you can always decide if you're going to do 1 or 2 sets, or even 3 if you want, but 2 is normally enough. So with any of the sets that we do in this, you can always click pause and repeat it if you want. Okay, this one we're going to do after that was just a little rest. Now we're going to do a second set with the other grip. Okay, so this time the grip is with my palms facing down before they were facing in. It changes the hand position on lots of arm exercises, has a really big difference on which muscles you're using. I'm going to lunge with the other leg forward this time just to vary it from my body. Okay. Find a good distance that it's challenging. Three. 4. 9, 10. I'm going to go to 15 again. And you're making sure you've got a nice solid position and your upper body is not moving. And all the movement is just coming from your arms, which are staying at the same height. Okay, 1 more. And rest. The other nice thing about strength training is it involves a lot of rest, because you always have to make sure you rest between sets. Or to be clever, then you vary 1 exercise arms, 1 exercise legs, 1 exercise back, so that you don't have to pause so much, or you can just enjoy the pauses. Okay, let's stay with this band. Since it's hanging here so nicely, we're going to do the opposite movement, pulling. Yeah, so some of our basic things that we can do with our bodies, there's a limited number of core movements that we can do. We can pull and we can push. It's pretty simple. And then it's just about which direction you're doing it in. Okay, so I'm going to get a nice steady base. And still from this middle height, I'm going to pull it towards me. And at the moment I'm doing it again with my hands down, not in. Yeah, and I'm going to pull till my hands reach my armpits and my elbows are coming out really wide. Okay? So let's also do 15 of these. This is 4. 9, 10. And you make sure you're not doing it just by leaning back, that you're really using your arms. Imagine pulling your shoulder blades together at the end, at the back. Okay, last one. And let's stop. Again, have a little rest, drink a little bit of water. Okay, we'll do another set of those. Just for variation, I'm going to leave it up here, but I'm going to sit down. Okay, this becomes a little bit like rowing, but rowing with a strange angle. I'm going to lean a bit back. Yeah, and I'm going to pull towards me. And since I just did the grip with my hands facing down and pulling out, this time I'm going to turn my hands in and I'm going to pull in. Yeah? Two, 3, 4, you keep your upper body nice and stable. 5, 8, 9, keep breathing. Okay, 2 more. 1, 2, and finish. Again, with these resistance bands, you change how difficult the exercise is by how big the resistance is. So this one, it's a bit lighter. It's good when you're just starting. And you can get them that are a very, very tough resistance that then makes it the equivalent of using heavier weights. So they're nice and variable like that. Okay, let's change it up now, finish with the band for a bit, and we're going to go into a plank, holding it on the elbows. And we're going to hold that for, let's say, 30 seconds. This timing is then, it depends on you. Hold it for a time that pushes you. If that's 45 seconds or a minute, then do that. You have to be honest with yourself about what pushes you. Okay? So for now, let's just go for 30 seconds. Ready? Go. Okay, in plank position, it's key that your ass is not in the air, but it's also not hanging down. You want to pull your shoulder blades together a bit at the back and try and pull your belly button through to your back so that you're not kind of arching your back too much. Okay, we've just got 5 seconds left. 2, 1, stop. And rest for a moment, and then we'll do that again. Just to challenge you, the second time, let's do it for 45 seconds. See how you go with that. Take some water. Okay, let's go. Get ready into your position. Okay, we're starting in 2, 1, go. So again, check your position. You can try and really engage your feet. I find this helps. Like imagine your toes are pushing into the ground and actually your whole legs are tensed or engaged. I find this gives me extra stability. Okay, we're nearly at 30 seconds. Keep solid, keep pulling in your belly. If you feel yourself a bit shaky, just try and hold it as long as you can. Okay, nearly there. 5 seconds left. 2, 1, stop. Okay, again, have a little sip of water. We're going to go back to the band again. Just for variation, I'll show it to you with this one. This time, you're going to step on it, get it in a good position, and you're going to do a bicep curl. Actually, it's not so comfortable with this because it's not so comfortable against the hand. So I prefer my funny one with the handles. So I'm stepping on it, and I'm going to curl up. Okay, so you can start. Again, this is relatively light resistance, so I'm going to do a higher number, let's say 15. If it was very tough to do this, then I might do just 10 or 8. Okay, I think that's about 6. Keep breathing. Let's do 5 more. 2, 3, again slowly, don't rush it. 4, 5. Okay, again, rest for a bit. This is something where then you could try to play with it a bit to make the band resistance more. And you can wrap it around your foot and then it's a lot tougher. And you make it shorter. Okay, let's do we'll stick with the same structure, as in the resistance band under your foot, but instead of just repeating this, we'll do different variations on pulling. Okay, so we'll switch to doing an upright row. You can start. This is a little tougher, so let's do 12. And I'm trying to just pull it up as high as I can. Elbows are going out to the side. Okay, I think this is 5, 6, 'Keep your hands solid. 9, 3 more, 10, 11, 12. Okay, let's rest again before we do a third kind of pull where we're going to pull to the side. Basically, I said that there's pushing and pulling, and they're basically using 2 sets of muscle groups, but more or less depending on which shape you're using. So pushing, it's much more about the triceps, and you can think about it as which place is getting smaller in your body and which place is stretching out. So pushing, your chest is also getting smaller, and the front of your shoulder. Yeah, so pushing exercises are more about that. Pulling exercises, it's more about your biceps, the back of your shoulder, and then different areas of the trapezium on your back, depending on if you pull from here, it's more the lower part, pull from here, it's the middle trapezium, pull from here, it's the capuzza, the top trapeze. You can, maybe it's interesting to think about that. Okay, let's do the third one. So we're going to stand on it and you're going to pull it up to the side. This is pretty tough, so I'm going to switch to my lighter thing. Okay, and it's difficult in this plane of movement, so I'm going to do less. I'm going to do 8. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and rest. Have a drink. Okay, what's next? I'm kind of switching it around between areas. So we just did some pulling things, so let's do some pushing things. We're going to do push-ups, that classic exercise that will never grow old. You can decide how difficult you want to make it, as in, if you can't do a full push-up on the floor, then I find it good to do it on a raised surface. So this is where your chair or table comes in handy. Okay, so you can use this raised surface. Get yourself in a nice plank position to start with, not too far forwards, not too far back. Your hands want to be basically below your shoulders. Okay, so then from here, start off with just doing, let's say, 5 normal push-ups, just going up and down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop. Push-ups are a difficult exercise, so you're going to have to see for yourself what number you can do. Just try to do as many as you honestly can. Okay, let's do a variation on those now. You can always play with the rhythm of how you do a strength exercise to make it more difficult. I mentioned before how doing things slower can be a good idea in strength training. So we're going to do the lowering part slowly. This is always a really good trick in training. The bit where you actually do the push, you can do that quickly. But the lowering bit, it's much more challenging for your muscles to handle. So that's when it's a really good idea to do it slowly. So we're going to go with lowering to a slow count of 3, holding for 1, and then pushing up for 1. Okay, then we're going to do another 5. Let's go. Breathe in, breathe out as you go down, and then at the top, breathe in again. Okay, so let's go. 1, 2, 3, hold, up, breathe in. 2, 3, hold, up. 1, 2, 3, hold, up. And again. 1, 2, 3, hold, up. If you can, let's do a few more. I'm going to do another 5. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, hold, up. 1, 2, 3, hold, up. My push up is getting slower, so I'm getting tired, which is good. Okay, 3 more. 1, 2, 3, hold, up. 1, 2, 3, hold, up. Last one. 1. Good, let's have a rest. Okay, so we've done a bunch of pushing and pulling and a plank so far. What's next? Let's focus a little bit more directly on the back. We're going to get down on the ground. I've got a mat there just because it's a bit more comfortable. You don't have to. We're going to do 2 different exercises down here. You can lie on your belly. The first one, it's Superman's lying down because we're sticking one hand out. You can kind of warm up to it by just lying flat on the ground and reaching forwards with one hand, coming back down, reaching forwards with the other hand, coming back down. I like to have my hands underneath my shoulders in between. Let's just do 5 on each side like that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. Then rest for a second. Relax. Okay, you keep resting. I'll tell you the next bit. Is we're going to do the same movement with the front of the body, but the opposite leg is going to come with you. It's going to come up. So you're making this lift with the front of your body and your leg. Okay, let's do again 5 reps on each side. Ready, go. Oops, opposite arm and leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, have a little rest. A nice rest for your back is to go into like child's pose from yoga. So you can have your knees a little bit apart and you just kind of fall down through your arms. You can just breathe like this for a few seconds and let your back really relax. Okay, let's get back into position. We're going to do another movement that's focused on extending your body and squashing your back, which is using the big muscles by the side of your spine. This time, you're going to start with your arms out in front of you. You're going to lift them straight up and you're going to bring them round to the back, a bit like a swimming movement, until the backs of your hands rest on your ass. And then you're going to bring them around again, all the time your body's up in the air. And then when your hands get to the front, you lower. Okay? So again, you lift your arms straight up, bring them around the side of you, backs of your hands on your ass, bring them back around to the front. Okay? Let's do 6 of these. Breathe in as you come up and breathe out as you go down. Okay? Good? That's 2. Lift your arms really straight to the front. That's 4. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Okay, again we can have a mini rest. Child's pose. Breathe. Okay, back into position. This is the last variation on this. We're going to do the same thing, but again involving the legs as well. So when your arms lift up, your legs also lift up. It's a bit like being a fish. You can imagine yourself flapping through the sea. Okay, so let's again do 6. Ready, go. Breathe in. And when you bring your arms to the back, you focus on squeezing your shoulder blades together and using the muscles between your shoulder blades. Squeeze, squeeze, and down. 2 more. Okay, finish with that. Have a little pause, take a sip of water. Good, okay. So, we've just got a few things to go. We're going to go back to being in a plank, and this time lifting the legs up to the back. Has a little bit of a similar effect that it's activating your back. And then just 3 more exercises after that, and then we're done. Okay? So let's do the plank leg raise. If you want, you can do it on a raised surface like you did with the push-ups. I'm just going to do it on the ground. Let's do a plank on your hands this time. I like to do it on my fists because it feels nicer on my wrist. So a nice straight position, and you're going to lift up one leg, put it back down, try and keep it as straight as you can, and you try and keep your pelvis straight, like parallel to the ground, so not doing that. Okay? Let's do 6 on each side. Okay, again, these numbers, you can choose for yourself what feels like a good number, but this is quite a good number. Okay, go. You can do it rather slowly, don't rush. 2, 3, 4. Keep breathing. 5, 6. Let's go to 8. Okay, 7, 8, 8. And rest. We'll do 1 more set of those since we're tending to do 2 sets in this routine. You can just wait a second. Okay, go. So same again. Again, focus on your keeping a nice plank position, that you don't end up with your bum in the air or your hips hanging too low down. I think that was 4, 5, 6, 2 more, 7, last one. Good. Rest. You can take a little sip of water if you want. Let's stay with a plank kind of position, this time on the side. And we're just going to hold the plank. You can choose if you want to do this on your hand or on your elbow. Let's go with the elbow. Okay, if you don't feel stable enough like this, you can rest the upper foot a little bit beside you. Okay, get ready. We're going to do 30 seconds. Okay, start to get into your position. We'll start in 2, 1, go. So other hand is high up in the air, and you're trying not to let your hips fall down towards the ground. You're trying to keep them nice and up. So this is nice for the side of your abs. Okay, 5 more seconds. And stop. Let's just go straight down to the other side. I know this workout is supposed to be to do with backs and arms, but it's nice just to involve the side of your body with your back. Okay, up a bit. Get ready. Let's start this one in 2 seconds. 1, go. Again, arms straight up. Keep your hips up. Breathe. Ten seconds left. Nearly there. Last 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, we're almost done. We've just got 2 more to go. Let's switch to doing a tricep dip. And again, I'm going to use my little table. So this is again something that is effectively using the pushing motion, because although it's called dips, what you're doing is then pushing yourself back up, and it's good for the triceps, hence the name tricep dip. Okay, so important here is keep your hands close to your body, not far away, and you can have your legs in a kind of right angle, and as you go down, your elbows want to go straight to the back, not out to the side or something. Okay, so let's start off doing 8 like this. Okay, we'll do it rather slowly. We can do it like we did with the push-up. So down, 2, 3, hold, up, yeah. Down, 2, 3, hold, up, breathe. Up, that's 4, 4 more. Up, breathe out as you go down. Up, 2 more. Last one. Up. Okay, and rest. We'll do a second round of those with a variation again. You can choose, you can either do, the variations are things that make it a bit more difficult. You can either do with one leg, this, or if you put your legs further away, it means that effectively you're having to carry more weight because of levers. Yeah, so if you want to try, we can do a set like this. It's useful to flex your toes towards you. It helps if your legs are engaged. Okay, this is a bit more difficult, so this time let's do 6. Okay, and we'll just do a normal rhythm, down and up. Ready, go. You're trying to keep your body, like your ass and legs, as passive as possible, so that the movement's from your arms, not from your hips, not from your hips moving up and down. Okay, that was just cheating. I gave myself a rest. Okay, 4, 2 more, 5, 6. Okay, shake out your arms. Have a drink of water. Okay, and the last thing, we'll just go on to all 4s, and we'll do basically similar to what we did lying on the belly, what we called Supermans. We'll do that again, but just in this position. It makes it a bit different. So we can build up to it by just extending one leg straight back, bring it down, the other one straight back, bring it down. Imagine as if you push something away to the back, and you're trying to keep your pelvis stable, so not opening, not dipping, you're not really going up, just straight to the back. And to do this, you just need to use it requires a lot from your back and your core to keep you stable. It looks really harmless, but it's a nice exercise. So if you didn't already start, then start now. Let's do 5 on each side. I already did a few, so I'm just going to do 2 more on each side. 1, 2, 2. Take a little rest, you can sit back And then in a few moments we'll build that up to doing it in this full Superman move, Superwoman, whichever, super person. And we're going to do it with alternating arms and legs. So if the right leg's going back, the left arm's going forwards. Yeah? So, and again, you still focus on your pelvis, your hips. Okay, let's start, and let's again do 5 on each side. Okay? Make sure your position is good. Your knees should be below your hips, and your hands should be below your shoulders. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Keep pulling your belly button in towards your back. Stops you from arching your back. Since it's such a nice exercise, let's just do 2 more on each side, and then we're finished. Okay, 1, 1, 2, 2. Okay, that's the end of that. Good workout. Cheers. Have yourself some water. Maybe if you've got something sugary to hand, like some fruit or banana, it's a good time to have it. When you do strength training, your muscles are using up a lot of their glucose stores, basically. So after exercise is one of the only times when it's a good idea to have sugary things, or things that are more towards simple sugars like bananas and fruits. If you want, you can do a little warm down. I would just walk around the room. You don't need to do anything too serious. If you want, now is a good time to stretch, mainly because your muscles are nice and warm. So it's a good time to work on your flexibility. Maybe it also helps with recovery in terms of helping your muscles to get rid of waste. Exercise science is still a bit divided about whether stretching is actually useful or not. Let's just do a couple. You can hold your arm just above the elbow to stretch out your shoulder. You can hold your elbow with your arm going behind your back, and again pull. Another nice one to do standing would be to have a nice wide base and just to stretch over. Just hang there a little while. Switch sides. Let's do that again. Try to open out your ribs. Okay. I'm satisfied with that. I don't feel the need to stretch too much more, but if you want, then feel free to do more stretching. Otherwise, good workout. Well done. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to do it again, wait a few days first, and you can see it for yourself. You can gradually increase the difficulty just by doing, say, 1 more rep of something, or holding the plank for 5 more seconds. You can gradually increase, or get yourself a big chunky resistance band that's a higher resistance. Okay? Bye.